Swag Buzz, did you have a question, Swag Buzz?
Yes, I had a question for Coach Harrell. So we know in the past HBCUs have had players they built up into bona fide stars, and then a Power Five will come post that player away. In what ways are we trying to combat that and let these kids know the importance of going into the NFL from an HBCU so they can carry on to other kids wanting to come to HBCUs and follow in their footsteps?
Travis was the first step as far as opening doors. You could kind of see a lot of other players, a lot of high school players started to somewhat follow that trend as far as trying to go from not choosing the Power Five and go to a HBCU. But I think what it's going to take is going to take a kid to get drafted from Norfolk State. It's going to take a kid to get drafted from Jackson State. I mean, that's just the world we live in. The kids have to see it happen in order for them to believe it. I think once that happens, because when you go back to the days of Jackson State, South Carolina State, Morgan State, I mean, we had players, the Walter Payton, the Jerry Rice, get drafted tremendously during that time. How we get away from that, I don't know. But that's what we have to get back to, and that's why Coach Prime, started here as far as getting all the local schools here in Mississippi Valley all going. We joined forces to get the best talent in this area to make sure that all 32 teams that represent the NFL come out here and at least evaluate our kids. And so it's a process, it's a step, and that's what we're trying to do once again, bring awareness. But it's going to take somebody to get drafted to let them know, okay, we have kids on this level that can go out and perform at your organization.
Let me ask you. You guys, you land the number one player in the country. What's the follow up to that? Landing the number one player in the country.
He has to have
recruit cycle.
He has to have success. We know everybody in the country is watching to see how Travis Hunter is gonna pan out at Jackson State. Is he gonna like it? Is he gonna make plays? They won't. That's the biggest thing. We have to make sure that Travis Hunter is a success story, and we can speak about it. We can build on it. If Travis Hunter, everything that the decision that he made, he comes here and don't have success, everything that we are trying to achieve, it's going to be hard to achieve. So to answer you, it's simple. Travis Hunter has to have success. He got to come here, be a great character, be a great role model, graduate with a degree, and get drafted from Jackson State to let them know that, okay, now that is a path that I can take.